All right, Bryan, we've talked about this before. A win tonight counts as one like every other game, but the situation, it's a pretty big win for you guys, pretty important one, is it not?
Absolutely. You know, we're kind of past that early part of the season that I've alluded to a lot in some of these previous interviews, and we're not in the early stages. We're getting into the meat of the middle of this thing, and we need to play better and we need to secure wins, and here's that great one-run victory where we grinded it out and found a way to get a lead, and bullpen did a great job of shutting it down, and it was a huge win.
Confidence is a big part of pro sports. Beating a guy like Clayton Kershaw certainly can go a long way in that regard, can it not?
No doubt. I mean, Brandon hitting the two-run homer was big. I mean, that was a big early lead there for us. It was important. We knew that runs are at a premium. You know, the mist comes in, the air gets heavier. Not a lot of balls that are going to go out over the fence in this ballpark later in the game. Unfortunately, Homer was on. He was making good pitches, and you know, they narrowed it there with the home run. Puig hit the homer, and you know, the bullpen came in and just nailed it down. It was great.
In your opinion, was this the best start the Homers made this year?
Yeah, it was. I think the thing that was the most important is, especially the first couple of times through their lineup, is he established fastball, not just fastballs, but fastball command. And that really, everything works off that particular pitch. If you can command the fastball, typically the accessory pitches follow suit. And he was making good pitches down and away. We had an umpire that called a good low strike zone, and he took advantage of it, and we ended up coming up out on top.
Was it a tough decision to take him out after 7, or was it you like the lefty-lefty matchup?
Yeah, well, the thing is that Gordon had 2 hard hit base hits off him, a single and a double. You know, that's kind of what really got the ball moving in regards to thinking about going with Manny right there. And definitely, I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, Gordon and Ethier are both excellent players, but, you know, their matchups, they haven't hit left-handed pitching as well as right-handed pitching. And I really didn't want to get in a situation where bullpen was going to have to hold on with Gordon out there and trying to keep him close. It's how it worked out with the leadoff walk, but Broxton did a great job with getting those 2 pop flies and getting us to Chapman.
With first base open there in the 8th, when Broxton came in, was there the slightest bit of temptation to putting Puig on, even though he represented the go-ahead run?
No, there wasn't. They don't have a long distinguished history. But you know, the thing is really the biggest challenge was starting Manny, because we've had Broxton as our closer before. You know, he could have gone in there and faced those 2 lefties and then going right into Puig and possibly Ramirez if one of those guys had gotten on. And so the real decision was to go with the matchup. And I felt like with Manny that gave us a great opportunity to keep Gordon off base, which was really, to me, was the key of the inning, and unfortunately didn't work out that way. And I made the situation a little bit more difficult for Broxton, but he came through big time.